Hi there guys, it's Alec here. Today I'm going to touch on VAT, okay, and VAT is a very nice environment. It actually is something that is actively busy in our companies happening. You know, you raise VAT and you claim VAT when you're a VAT vendor on a daily basis. So MyVAT has been built to go and auto-reconcile your VAT on a detailed transactional level in any Pastel Partner, Pastel Express or Sage 50 Cloud database. Alright, so I'm going to show you. This is a consolidated environment, so when you have multiple companies that are VAT registered in your Pastel environment, we can actually bring them all together. You can see them all in MyVAT and help you to reconcile before you submit, or even help you submit. Some companies have multiple companies that's linked to one VAT number, then you can consolidate them all into one on an automated level and then submit easily, and even do some recon checks and spot checks to see if you're happy with the submissions or how the postings happened. Alright, so let me show you this. I've activated to the companies here. They are companies that that submit VAT on the same 2 monthly period. So what you'll see is basically a little monitor here. So this is just a demo data set, but this monitor tells us that we've got VAT that amounts to 430,000 Rand, and we've been able, the algorithms was able to calculate on 100% accuracy the VAT up to transaction level. In other words, repost the original VAT that was processed to 9500 usually, which is the VAT control account, that has been posted next to the net line that it actually relates to. Alright, so let's quickly start here and just see what we've got here on the main page. Okay, so we got some month slices here. That obviously is important because you are submitting VAT per period, per month. And then you've also got a tax reporting slicer here. Now this reporting slicer is if you use your tax box report. So some guys use tax box report in Pastel. Now that's where you can use this. Sometimes you'll process transactions a little later than the actual the actual period that you've already submitted. Then if you've run your tax box, it will go into the right tax period, but it'll still sit in the calendar month, which is a financial month, not a tax month. Okay, so let's have a look here at, for instance, a sample of what the trial balance versus VAT recon looks like. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to see 9500. That's the control account in this two companies. It totals to 448497 in credit. So we're trying to see how was it actually processed. So here at the bottom we've got the whole trial balance, which shows you the amount in the trial balance, but it also shows you how VAT was processed against each of these accounts. So let's say, for instance, this account number 100000, which we all know usually is some kind of a revenue account, a sales account. If you look at it, there was 335,000 Rand of credits posted here, which means we've invoiced customers, and there was a 50,376 rands worth of VAT that was actually raised as an output VAT, and that's 15%. So if we open this, we've got some rich fields. It helps us to see against which entities was it actually processed, so you can immediately see that in your trial balance. And if you scroll down here, you'll see all of these postings over here. It tells you how VAT was raised on output and claimed on input basis, and that balances right at the end to that VAT control Z contra. So let's just remember this account 430168, and if I go, I'm just going to press Control and up, and I go here, that automated accounts over there, that's the Z contrast that you'll see inside of the 9500 account. So if you were to just to drill here in the 950, you've got all of these Z contrast accounts, so that balances to 430168, and that's 1153 lines. So that's now been reposted to this account, or this leg of the column at least, showing you how each of those balances have been processed to the net amount. Alright, so let's quickly take a period, for instance. So let's say we're now in August, we want to actually submit for August, so we go July and June, that's a 2 monthly environment. So we say there's a 99,000 Rand worth of system generated transactions, meaning that's what we in theory have to pay. And now we can go and have a look, how was it actually processed. So it shows you over here the 99,000 was processed, 6,000 is claimable on this account, 1,500 is claimable on this account. Now you can go to something like 3,200, which usually is bank charges. You can see there 1,700 of bank charges was actually processed, and everything was claimed. There was nothing not claimed. Okay, so that's obviously important to see visually immediately. You can also then go into the entity environment, which sits over here, and you can go and see, well, how did I actually raise VAT against each of the debtors? So it shows you that in detail. And how did I claim VAT against each of my creditors? And you've got a little calculation here. So take that one for instance, 1.5% claim. That's obviously strange. Let's have a look. You can see here potentially a mistake. We did not claim on 12,900, only on 1,400. So now we can immediately go and look in our database and say, well, let's quickly fix that so we don't lose that input VAT claim. All right, so you got an entity level recon here as well, or entity level insight as to how you raised and claimed VAT on debtors and creditors. You've got various slices here that will help you quickly see that. And then the last thing, I think that's where the VAT submission really helps, is if you come to this E-type by tax type report, you can quickly go and fill in your VAT 201 based on your debtors. So that would be your revenue. So you know there's 700,000 worth of standard rated output VAT or income, or let's rather say sales that were made, and that amounted to 118,000 worth of VAT output. And here, if you want the total amount, the gross amount, which is what you need to submit on your VAT 201, you can just quickly add those two together, and you'll see numbers coming up here, 908,332. And then you've got all your creditors, what was actually non-vatable, what was vatable, so what can we claim. And you can also see on your general processing. Remember, Pastel works on a GDC principle, which is a general principle. That's all your cash book processing and all your journals. Your D is your debtors or your customers, and your C is your creditors, which is all your suppliers or creditors. Right, and if you go and open this, you'll see some more details showing you, well, there was some sales, which means those are sales invoices that were made, custom invoices. Those are credit notes. And if you go down to creditors, you'll see what purchases were made, what supply journals, and what purchase returns were made. And you can see detail on it. You can also go and see per month. There's the 2023 financial year, the 4th period, and the 5th period. And so you'll see on detailed level, you know, what ultimately has been processed, and then you can go and fix, or you can just submit if you're happy. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. VAT is a very cool tax environment, in my opinion. So yeah, I hope you guys find this very helpful in your VAT recon process. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye.